What does the year 2022 mean for you and for all of us?
So in today's episode, we will be talking about the significance of the number 2022 and what it means. And I am Veronica Mendez, and we go live every Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific.
And I'm Dr. Aaron Garcia, and we're here on the Manifestation Mindset Show, where you will learn tips on developing the mindset for manifesting, overcoming emotional challenges, and breaking through limitations.
So if you feel that this video can benefit someone else, please feel free to share it. Also, click on the bell icon to get the live notifications of when we go live. Give us a thumbs up, and we're here on live on Facebook and YouTube. So get those notifications.
And you can find us at the links here below on our pages. You can like and follow us at Aaron and Veronica on Facebook. If you want to go to our YouTube page, it's aaronveronica.com, and that'll take you right to our YouTube page. And please subscribe if you want to see all of our past and future episodes. So if you're watching live with us here today, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And if you have any questions or comments throughout today's show, you can also put those here into the feed. Even if you're watching the replay, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know where you're watching from, and we will get to all your comments throughout the show.
I want to say hi to Rachel Johnson, who's watching, Gil Solis, Martin Lopez. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And Gil says, good morning, buenos dias. It's good to see you guys. Blessings to you and your family. Thank you so much.
Thank you for everybody joining in with us here today. Before we begin our show and our topic today, we always like to start off with an inspirational moment, and we do that with Veronica.
So inspirational moments is when I like to share something inspirational. Sometimes I have a reading, sometimes I have cards or a quote. And today I have a couple cards because it's related to what we're going to be talking about today. And I got these really nice cards from a couple friends of ours, and they're numerology cards, numerology guidance cards. Here's the cover right there.
There we go. You have to get out of the picture.
And this is the backside of the cards. They're so beautiful. Look at the colors and the picture right there. It's all like geometric designs. Very beautiful. I love those colors as well. So the first card is the number 2, which is patience.
Ooh, patience. Get out of the picture.
There's the card.
The number 2.
So since we are in the year 2022, I picked these based on our year. So the 2 for 2022, it says patience. This card indicates a time to stop and enjoy the present moment, as nothing more can be done to achieve the outcome you desire. Rather than take action, you are being asked to evaluate your progress and clarify your dreams, which will help you manifest them sooner. This card also indicates a need to take your time and pace yourself instead of making hasty plans and decisions. Failure to do so could result in stress and disappointment. This is an opportunity to focus all your energy and attention on visualizing your dreams, as opposed to pushing against the obstacles standing in your way. Surrender the outcome to the universe and get on with living your life. Excuse me. Where am I? Allow things to come to fruition in divine order and timing. In order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life. Cycles that are encouraging you to be patient and still. Stillness is the key to receiving clear and accurate guidance, and patience will help you attract the outcome you desire. And the affirmation is, I patiently trust and surrender the outcome to the divine. And that's like meditation. You sit in that stillness, and sometimes when you ask a question, you'll receive an answer and you'll hear it. So yeah, we all have to be patient, and this is a perfect year to design our dreams, visualize them, and make them come to fruition. We were just talking about this last night with a friend of ours. And the second card is the number 6 because 2022, it totals to the number 6. And this one is love. So it's right there.
We're just making out behind the card here. Hey, there you go.
So love. This card indicates a need to see the world through the eyes of love, and to remember at all times that only love is real. When you look beyond the illusion to see the beauty in the world, you align yourself with Source and the intentions of your soul. Because you attract what you are when you see through the eyes of love. That's what will surround you in all areas of your life. This card also indicates a need to go within to recognize and address any limiting thoughts and beliefs that are holding you back from experiencing love. This is a time when you must ask yourself, am I truly open to giving and receiving love? Do I truly believe I am worthy of love? And do I really believe that love exists for me? Because love only comes when you believe that it exists, when you're open to giving and receiving it, and when you know that you are worthy. So in order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are encouraging you to see and believe in love. When you believe in yourself and cherish your life as it is today, love will embrace you in ways you've never known. Unconditional love of self and others will attract more love into your life. And the affirmation is, I see through the eyes of love and attract more love into my life. And that's just what we need this year and every day of our life.
All we need is love.
All right, so that's an inspirational moment for today. It was a little long, but I think it was worth it. And tell us what you think about it. Put it in the comments.
Absolutely. And so going with that, our topic today is looking at the year 2022. And this is something that a few of you had asked us to do because we originally had done a show with a friend of ours who was a numerologist, and we did a numerology show. And, we were fascinated by the whole, practice of numerology and the energy and the meanings behind what numbers represent. Yeah. And there's a whole science and system to this. We're not going to go into all of it here today. It's a study. But we're just going to go over some basic stuff right here and what numbers mean. And it's interesting if you've ever done a numerology chart for yourself and what that means. And it's really about personal growth, understanding yourself and understanding how to, mold and adapt and have patience when you're designing the life that you want. And so, 2022, why we want to do this one, because it's interesting. There's a lot of twos. There's a lot of significance when you put the same number, there's a lot of them in one place. Like you see things like numbers 333, 1111, 444, and these numbers pop out at you all the time. It's a moment at least we like to think about is stop and reflect. And what are your thoughts? What are you feeling? What's the message that you're supposed to be, paying attention to right now? And, one of those could be patience and love, like we did in the cards just now.
Yeah. And the number 11, when you add the numbers, it equals to 2.
And there's, in the last couple years, 2020, 2021, we think about, 2021, and when you add those numbers up, it adds up to a 5. And 5 is all about change and structure and senses and all these things. And there was a lot of changes in these last 2 years. And it's like we're now starting to get a little bit out of that energy, and so I want everybody to know that there's hope, and there's a lot of good things that are coming if you pay attention to that. And so the twos represent a lot. I'm going to just read to you the characteristics of what the number 2 represents. When you see this, you'll know meanings behind these numbers. And so the number 2, what that represents. The 2 represents others, female energy, the mother of the follower. Like the 2 person is the one that will kind of be the follower, stands back and lets somebody else's lead. They are the nurturer, the giver. That type of, they're dependent. They're the supporter. They give service. It's the helper. It's the yin energy, which is the feminine energy. You have it's a passive energy. It's kind. It's emotional. It's harmonizing. It's submissive. It's considerate. There's relationships involved. They're tactful. It's the priestess. It's adaptable, cooperative, vacillating, and competitive. And that's just a small representation of what 2s represent. But a lot of times it represents, it's others and that feminine energy. It's the caregiver.
Yeah, and it's going into this year, it's like there's, with all the changes and everything, it's like we all have to support each other and be there for each other, nurture each other.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of what some people might think of chaos. There's different things, uncertainties and unknowns, and we all have to be there to support each other, not fight against each other, because no matter what someone decides what's good for them in their life, it's like just be supportive and don't fight against each other because you have a different opinion. It's like embrace each other's values and opinions, and just be there to support.
Yeah. And when you add like 22, so this is the year 2022, and we add the two twos together, in numerology they call these master numbers, which means it's take that two energy and what that represents and amplify that 11 times. And it's a stronger vibration. And what the 22 is represented as, they call it like the master builder or the partner. It's been traditionally referred to as the master builder, brings into manifestation those ideas and visions created by the 11. Another way of looking at this number is as the master partner, because building done by the 22 is rooted into the vibrations of others, relationships of partners. So this could be a really good time to really work on relationships. And it's interesting because in 2022, you have the 2, the 0, and another couple of 2s. If you just add each of those digits up individually, it adds up to the number 6. So really 2022 has a vibration of a numerology of a 6 energy.
And that's like family and stuff, right?
Yeah, so the 6 would represent its adjustment. The 6 brings balance. It brings balance to the force. Think about all the stuff that's been going on in the last few years, a lot of change, a lot of fear and uncertainty. Now is the time to bring everything back into balance again. There's responsibility. Number 6 represents the home, being a home, family, matters of that area. Domesticity, matters of the heart. And as we talked about, love is looking to go, is really coming from the heart and the loving place. It's community. Think about that. It's a time for all of us to come together.
Come together, yeah.
It's romance, devotion. The 6 is sympathetic. It's responsive. It's artistic. Conscientious, harmony, beauty, hospital, loyalty, fireplaces, protection, peacemaking, mother of the earth. So look at that vibration and the energy of all that and what that represents. And I'm very excited about what this year will bring, because if you understand that energy, those may be some certain themes that come up into your life, and you may not even be aware of it. And it's like, it's fascinating that it just may happen that way.
And then also, there's 2 of us on the show.
And there's 2. And 2 is a powerful number, but again, it's relationships. It's bringing matters of the heart, the home, love, and but it's not just intimate relationships. It's loving all, bringing love into your life, because it's such a powerful vibration.
Yeah, and when you're looking at others, it is like have more compassion and look at them through the eyes of love. Like when you see someone, even when they're maybe doing something that you don't agree with, it's like still look at that spirit behind whatever they're doing, that light energy, and send love to them. And it just brings a whole different perspective to you, and it also it brings more joy to you, because when you're looking through the eyes of love, you're not feeling anger, you're not feeling like like this person's like irking me. It's like a different energy, and what you're putting out you will receive. So it's like more people will we'll start to see how what energy you're putting out, and you'll start to attract more of that.
And I'd be curious to see as 22 plays out, because we're only still 2 weeks into 2022, is when we talked about, it's about community, matters of the heart, family, bringing love. And we just may see as a whole in society, we might see communities coming together. You're already starting to see some of that happening. It's just like, but a lot of times is for things to improve in our lives, sometimes, a little chaos has to be stirred up. It's like if you're going to go clean your house for spring cleaning, a lot of times is you're going to have to take everything out and make a mess before you can organize it and put it together in an orderly fashion. It's the same way our lives work. And so many people look at that as a negative thing, but it could be a very good thing, because everything that happens is supposed to happen for a reason. And we have to always find what's the good in this and what's the opportunity.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're going to do a puzzle, and you take the pieces out of the box and they're just scattered all over the place, and it's like, oh my gosh, like how am I going to get this done? And sometimes they're, depending on the puzzle, it could be really tiny small pieces, and you look at it and it's like I don't even know where this goes. And you start, at least when I make a puzzle, I start with the frame outside. I look for all the flat pieces and then kind of piece those together and then start to fill in all the others. And after a while, once you get it complete, it's all beautiful. So it sometimes life is like that, where it looks like a big mess, but then when you put it together and the pieces start to fall into place, it becomes this beautiful scenery. So it's like a painted picture. So life can be that way, and sometimes it needs to get disrupted, like Aaron mentioned. There has to be that disruption in order for change to occur. And also the people um, that might create a lot of disruption in your life or might aggravate you the most, those are the ones that will help you to grow the most, because it's like you're learning something new. And if you're learning compassion and looking at these people, it's like you really have to work at it and to, to learn, to grow. And it's pretty much life.
Yeah, and as we're talking about that sixth energy again, if you're tuning in, we're talking about the year 2022, and if we add all these numbers up, it equals the number six. And there's an energy and a meaning behind that in the system of numerology and what that can mean. And it's interesting how it's all in mathematics, and it's been a science over many centuries. And we came across this system and found like how about how accurate it was in our life.
Yeah.
And when we can use this to understand, how do we work with today? How do we work with ourselves and understanding ourselves more? What drives us? What motivates us at an energetic level? What we're meant here to do? What's our soul purpose? What are we meant to focus on? What are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? And that's what a lot of these, think of it like a personality kind of thing. There's many different systems. There's like the Enneagram, there's numerology, there's the disc method that you can use. But anything you can use to understand yourself better is how you improve. And it's like self-analysis, like how, if I'm going to work on something, if I'm going to do something for my career, what is best suited for me based on my energy, my vibration, and my personality level. And so that's how we tend to use that for ourselves personally. And so that number six for the 2022 again is about the home. It's about hearth and love and relationships and bringing balance. And so, you might find that this year might be take care of your home. If there's issues that needs to be handled, whether it's matters of picking up your home, getting it squared away, maybe getting it remodeled in some way, getting it all nice and neat, create a better environment for yourself, bring more love into your relationship with your children, your spouses, your family. And then once you work on the home first and you can build up love and compassion there, then you can transfer that to outside of your home and community.
But it can also be like the inside, like your go within to work on yourself, and then to express that same divine love energy to the people around you, because it all starts from within. So like within your home, within your body, that like your body is like the house as well. So you have to make sure you have like that balance and feel good from the inside out, and it will radiate to others as well. And I want to say hi to Abigail, and she says hello. She says, beautiful. I picture a mosaic of see-through mirrors for myself. Each mirror shard would be see-through, and pictures of me at different ages would be looking through these mirrors, representing my past experiences. I would be able to see myself looking back at myself. I like this idea. That's awesome. Yeah, that mosaic is like different pieces of ourselves, and even like us as the human race is like coming together as one, because we're all connected in some way. And it's like we can feel each other's energy, and we're all equal. And when you can look at someone else, even if they're maybe going off the wrong path, or they are where they are, it's still look at them through love, through compassion. And it's like the world just becomes different. It changes when you can see through eyes of love and compassion.
Yeah, and so for all of you that are watching, how does that resonate with you, with that concept of bringing compassion, beauty, relationships. Remember, if we go back to, there's the two and it's amplified. So it's also about, it's about helping others. It's nurturing, and that's what the two represents. It's giving, it's supportive. And how can you be supportive and giving in your life, whether it's to yourself, your home, give it to others as well. But there's a lot of relationships. That's a lot of this energy that I'm seeing is like the correlation. It's working on the relationships this year, and maybe that's something you've been wanting to do. And whatever your goals and visions are, the things that we want to manifest. Sometimes we have to work in certain areas first in order for us to manifest the things that we say we want in our life. And then those could be experiences, not just things in our life.
Yeah, and if you look at like the back of this card that I shared earlier, you see like all the little dots, like each little dot can represent us, like each human being, but they're all connected. If you look closer, there's like little circles connecting each dot. So that's how we can feel the energy of others. Like we're connected in that way. And it might be like an invisible connection, but it's there. And I can definitely feel it. And actually that pattern that I just showed you, sometimes like I've waken up and I could see that in the entire room. It's really amazing when you can actually see like the connection of everything and everyone. And, so it's there.
Yeah. Abigail says, I love that 6 is about unity. I open up to receive cooperation and gratitude. She says, I need to go deeper and review what true unity means to me. Thanks for taking these thoughts deeper. Yeah, and whatever, messages come towards you is, analyze that for a moment. And how does that represent and relate to you? So we can talk about the numbers in 2022 and the number 6 and what all those represent. But it's like, how does it relate to you? And it's going to relate to all of us differently because we all have different experiences. We all have a different consciousness and thought process. Even though we're all connected, we still have our own view of the world, and we all have our own lessons that we need to work on to improve.
Yeah, and when it comes to unity, it's like it's about everyone coming together and helping each other. Also, if you find yourself struggling with something, reach out to someone, because there's going to be someone it's going to be happy to help you. And sometimes we might think like, oh, I'm bothering someone, but really reach out to others and ask for that help. And let's get our ego out of the way and just be able to say, you know what, I'm struggling right now and I need some help. And there's going to be a lot of people that are willing to help, more than you know. And so it's like, ask for help. People are willing to help and come together instead of separating. Like we're not separate. We're all equal, and we can make this world a better place by helping each other. And it's like we're not separated by race, because we're all one race, which is the human race. So it's like come together and help each other.
And we're talking about like the years and the numbers and what they represent, and your own personal numbers are gonna relate differently to what this year means for you as well. So this is the 2022 represents more of the whole, because everybody's experiencing 2022. But in a chart reading, you're going to have your own vibration that's going to be for this specific year, your age year. So there's a whole science to that as well. So, but 2022 is a general representation of the whole and all of us. And if we think about it, the last year was 2021. If we add those numbers up, that represents 5. And again, 5 is about independence. It's about change. It's free flowing, not really following any structures or order or anything like that. Where now it's about bringing things back to balance. It's nurturing in the home. It's taking care of our loved ones and our relationships. Next year, 2023, if you add those up, again, these numbers go in order. So it's going to add up to 7. 7 is about intuition, going within, really expanding your consciousness. It's kind of with a withdrawing type of energy, very intuitive. And so think about that. We're nurturing our relationships, then we're going to go intuitive. And the following year, 2024, is going to add up to an 8. 8's about connection. And how do we balance the connection between the spiritual and the material, and bringing that all together? And then 9 is like the last one. It encompasses all the numbers, which is going to be 2025. 2025. And then it's going to be about, the whole. It's the humanitarianism. It's philanthropic. It's looking at everybody. So I'm very excited what these next few years are going to bring, and then it's going to start a whole new cycle over again.
Yeah, so that's really interesting when you start diving deeper into the numerology and the representation. But like Aaron mentioned, is like really go within and see what it means for you, and you can look at it even deeper by how we said, like you do your date of birth and everything, and we all have what's in store for us for this year. So we can also reach out to Darius and see what he has. He has so much great information on this, and he's the expert.
Yeah. And we'll have to, at the end of this year, going into 2023, we'll have to revisit the show and do well, how did we do?
Recap.
It's a recap. Here's what we talked about at the beginning of 2022. How did that year play out, and how did it play out for you? And just have fun with it. Be excited about what's to come. There's a lot of people that are scared, not knowing what's going to happen. They've been frustrated with the whole COVID-19 and the changes that are happening all around the world. Things they used to be able to do, they can't do anymore. And there's a lot of things and a lot of fear that's being spread around. And it's a time for all of us to come together and help and support one another, not segregate, not to be, lashing out at each other for any reason. But now it's the time that energy is naturally just going to start bringing things together. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that.
Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed today's show. Is there any last words you want to say?
I think, if that resonates with any of you, and if you enjoy this, and we talked about, we're here to help others, we're here to share this message with you, and there may be somebody that might need to hear something like this today. Maybe it's going to resonate with them, and we always encourage if you know somebody like that, tag them into this video. Please share them. We're live here on Facebook and YouTube, so you can find us.
All right. So we go live every Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific on Facebook and YouTube. And if you feel like someone can benefit from the show, please feel free to share it.
Give us a thumbs up, share the video, and also if you go to our YouTube page, subscribe to that. Again, you can go to aaronveronica.com and just click on the bell notifications on both Facebook and YouTube if you'd like to get reminded each time we go live, which is every Monday. And you've been watching the Manifestation Mindset Show. I'm Dr. Aaron Garcia.
And I'm Veronica Mendez. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.